You know what season is around the corner now that summertime is almost over? Hobosexual season. A hobosexual is a person who only dates you in a relationship with you or befriends you. They need a companion or they start a friendship with you because they need a place to stay. And whose place do they want to stay in all the time? Yours. They usually come up with a sob story in hopes that you will feel sorry and feel bad for them because they don't want to go back home. They have issues. They don't get any privacy. They got mommy issues. They're not getting attention. They got daddy issues. They were abandoned. So they're going to go find someone and like use them. They move at an accelerated pace. Like there needs to be multiple talking stages. You have to really know a person to let them come live with you. Like hold your horses. We just met. They also are in between jobs. They can't keep a job or they don't want to work because they want to live off the system or finesse the system. Every relationship that they had in the past was at like different locations, always at that person's house. Or even if it's a friend, they're always at your house. But they show up to your house with their stuff, like a bag. They're social predators. They go for specific types of people that have places of their own. Like if you're somebody that has a good career and you're single, they may try to like manipulate you and pretend like they're in love with you because they want to live with you.
You guessed right. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about dating a hobosexual. So let's say you've met a guy who's charming, funny, and mysteriously available 24/7. You think, wow, he's so present. No. He's just homeless, Jessica. You've accidentally started dating a hobosexual, a man whose primary love language is free rent and shared Wi-Fi. These guys don't want you for your personality, your smile. They're not even shallow enough to just want you for your looks, your good looks. No, they want you because your couch folds out and your fridge is full, because they need a place to stay, especially during winter and fall. A homosexual's natural habitat is wherever he can charge his phone and mooch off a Netflix account that isn't his. Spotting the signs early is critical because once a homosexual latches on, it's like trying to evict a raccoon that's already figured out how to use the toaster. You will think you're building a relationship, but what you're really building is a live-in guest situation with emotional manipulation sprinkled on top. And before you say I'm exaggerating or that this type of people don't exist or that they just find themselves in these situations accidentally and they didn't plan it all out, take a look at this next clip and then tell me what you think.
You don't got a place to stay or you don't got no job, I'm gonna put you on how you can get you a place to stay for literally 6 months. I'm gonna find you a BBW. Most BBWs have good jobs. She probably got her own crib and everything. That's how they usually come. Own crib, car, maybe like 1, 2 kids. You compliment her overly. Well, like that dress on you, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Overly compliment her. I can get your number, Instagram, whatever. It'll probably take you like 2 weeks. Once you smack game, you got to deliver the best strokes you ever did in your life. Like you got to be on your A game, 100%. You got to hit it with a soft or now you got your roof over your head.
And this is why I said this just last week. Ladies, you have to read between the lines. Sometimes these men are unhoused. Sometimes these men are living in their cars. A man that comes into your life and needs your help immediately is always going to be a red flag. As soon as he comes into your life, he needs a place to stay. He needs to borrow your car. He needs to borrow money. Like, do you need me or do you need my resources? The same men who are always yelling choose better are the same men coaching others on how to stay with a woman for free for 6 months. These are the same men that get angry with women when they want the finished product, talking about why don't y'all want to build with anybody? Let's both work together, because some of y'all lie and you get women through fraud and trickery. Because some men use women as a stepping stone to get to where they need to be. You also have to ask yourself, where's his family? Where's his friends? You mean to tell me nobody on planet Earth cares about this man? If he's almost homeless, then where are the people who love him? Has he burned so many bridges that he has to depend on the kindness of a stranger like me? You are not a social worker or a rehabilitation center for a broken man. Let him get himself together first, because 9 times out of 10, if you're the only one with something to lose, you're the only one that's going to.
Exactly. I strongly agree with everything she said. And now, give me a second and let me wake you up. If you are a woman that found herself in such a situation or that is maybe about to invite a homosexual to live in with her, let me tell you something. A man trying to move in without contributing financially isn't being romantic. He's being strategic. And not in a good way. When someone expects access to your space, comfort, and stability without offering anything in return, that's not love or partnership. It's dependency disguised as connection. A relationship is supposed to be an exchange of value, time, effort, emotional support, and yes, practical responsibility. If he's skipping that last part, He's showing you how he operates. He takes comfort without cost and effort without effort. Financial contribution isn't just about money. It's about accountability, maturity, and respect. A man who moves in and does not contribute is saying, I will enjoy what you have built, but I won't build anything with you. Over time, that imbalance always leads to resentment because one person is carrying the weight of the household, and that is you, while he is just coasting. And here's the thing, if he can live off someone else's resources without guilt as a man should be the one taking on that responsibility fully to begin with. And let's say he doesn't have such a shame. He's shameless, he doesn't mind, he doesn't even think twice about whether to let you pay for everything or not. If he's that type of a person, be careful because he's going to be dependent on you forever. He's not going to change. What would make him one day wake up and suddenly want to switch roles and get out of his comfort zone and become the provider when you've been doing it all for him, when he was doing nothing but receiving all along?
Okay, somebody asked me to explain the hobosexual cycle, so let's go. Okay, you start off with the bum. He doesn't want to work, okay? So he normally has a job or he gets a job, okay? Just something temporarily. He thinks he's better than it, but whatever. So he finds a chick. He's looking for a chick with a car and a place. These are the two resources that he looks for. If she has a car and a place, perfect. She's game. So he talks to her. They deal with each other. They get together, okay? So next, after he's fully secured, he knows he like her, he's fully in her place, and that's when he's going to leave his job, or you're going to say his boss doesn't like him. This was the goal, okay? This is when he reached the zenith, okay? The boss don't like him, whatever. Sometimes they don't even have a job when they do this. Sometimes they just go straight to getting with her and getting in here, okay? So 3 ways this actually can work, and he succeeded in his goal, and he's straight. She has an abundance of resources. Okay, so if she has a bunch of money, like let's say she just has it to blow or spare, that's good. He's fine. She'll let him do this. Okay. If she's old and just looking for companionship, he's good. If it's a trauma, she has trauma damage, like some type of trauma bond with the dude, she'll do it. Like it could be they known each other for years and then he does this, or she has family members that do this, or she hates herself or something like that, or she looks nuts. The look nuts part could backfire because her friends could start gassing her like, girl, you deserve better than that, whatever. But if she looks nuts, she knows she looks nuts, and let's say this guy is kind of like relatively handsome or something, like he wouldn't mess with her unless all this was going on, then he can ride off that for years. But when it does fail, when one of these 3 things don't happen, they break up, she leaves the bum, don't want nothing to do with him, it takes a minute, but he gets here, so then he's back here and he don't want to work and he gotta find another sucker, and that's the cycle.
Why would you let a man take advantage of you like this? When you built anything that you have, I'm sure you worked hard for, and you've built it all. If you have a nice place, I'm sure you went through hell to get there. And even if you didn't, it's simply yours. You got lucky or whatever, it's still yours. A man that acts like this shouldn't even be attractive to you because he's a man. He should be masculine. He should be a provider, a protector. And even when some women argue back and say that in this economy he can't do it single-handedly, so I'm going to keep my job, I'm going to help, I'm going to contribute financially, that still doesn't mean that he gets to sit in your place for free and not do anything. He should, if anything, at least try his absolute best. You should be witnessing that with your own 2 eyes. You should be looking at the man you're with and seeing that he's trying his absolute best, even in a bad economy, to at least cover 80% of your couple's expenses. And I'm not saying 80% to be rigid or anything like that. I'm saying that specific number because I want to represent leadership and security. It signals that he's capable and wants to provide. I'm saying if he needs help, if he's not already in a very good financial place, then you can still contribute. I understand there are women in the comment section and in my everyday life that I meet that are not ready to be housewives or to be fully taken care of, that want to contribute, that want to help the man if they can financially. So I'm not gonna throw that out of the window here. As long as you don't set yourself up for dating and taking care of a homosexual that is just there to be able to use your place, your bathroom and your fridge, your Netflix account for free. Because let's be honest, that is the risk you're taking by wanting to help a man financially, especially if he's not going to contribute anything at all and you're going to be taking care of him fully financially. You're running a risk here. You could be entrapping yourself. You don't know if he's with you because of you, because he likes you, because he wants to be with you, because he loves you, or if he's there to shelter himself from the cold and the horrible weather conditions outside. Unfortunately, the only way you can live your best life and be in your feminine energy and be happy and feel soft and beautiful is when your man is the provider and you have no doubt about his intentions, because he's taken care of business fully financially. Then you don't worry and wonder, is he just here for my 50% share of rent, or is he just here because this is my place actually and he's not contributing a dime towards staying? Or you wouldn't have any of these doubts if your man is an actual provider. The only way you can sleep peacefully is when you find such a man on day one.
Ladies, the air is crisp outside and we are in danger. It is the beginnings of hobosexual season, and I am here today to outline the signs that you are dealing with a hobosexual and how to get out of it. So, sign number one. Sign number one is the ghost that comes back to life. So an ex-partner, an ex-situationship, or someone you dated for like all of 2 seconds, if they're suddenly hitting you up, to rekindle things, honey, their housing situation is not ideal. They are looking for shelter. They want what you have. They literally, they have nothing. So they have nothing to lose and everything to gain by reaching out to you. Sign number two is you're on a date, you're on a couple of dates, you're talking to someone, and they immediately off the bat complain about their housing situation, their job situation, their financial situation, and just their overall life circumstances. And this is no shade to anyone who's in this position, and it doesn't apply to everyone who's in this position, but there are a few hobosexuals out there that will lay the groundwork to probe you to detail your housing situation. Where do you live? What kind of apartment? Do you live in an apartment, like a studio? Do you have roommates? Like, you're trying to gauge if they have a space in your room. Immediately cut it off. Sorry, not sorry, but you need to keep your resources safe. It's a matter of life or death here. And then the third sign, if the relationship moves at an insanely fast pace, like I'm talking like 5 days, like weeks in, they're like, I love you, I want to marry you, I see a future with you. And already before they were talking about their housing situation, it's manipulation. Like I said, it is like, think of like someone who doesn't have their basic needs on like the hierarchy. Bonus, red flag is if they have a huge desire to put a kid in you. You are having sexual relations with someone and they're very keen on not using protection or want to, put one in you, have kids, etc. They want to trap you and have access to your resources forever.
So these were a few signs that you can use and try to spot a hobosexual, but I'm sure you're a smart girly anyway, and you should stay vigilant. You should understand when someone is asking too many questions, it goes without saying they're trying to see and assess the situation, see if there's enough space. If you say you're with roommates, they could just not talk to you again because maybe they're not interested in that. Ideally, they're looking for someone that lives alone. As long as they can stay in there with you for as long as they want and they can feed you all these lies and manipulate you, then they're safe and they know it. So that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, if you are a woman that is dating strategically and actively to find her potential soulmate and future husband, and I'm talking about a high value man here because they do exist too, luckily for us, then don't forget to check out a community that I built specifically for you. You will find the link for it in the description box under this video, and hopefully it will help support and guide you in your dating for marriage journey, and I will see you there.